Hi, my name is Zizaran, and this is another episode of the Sunday Roast. This is basically a build advice, build guide thing with a funny twist where I try to roast people and make them feel bad about their life choices, while also telling them what are better life choices. So that's sort of the use of this. I try not to read Twitch chat too much during these, um, but yes, I'm trying to be mean. It's not always easy, but here we go. And if you're wondering how you can enter into one of these Sunday roasts, then you can write !! roast me in my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Zizaran. So the first one is by Skooma, and he says, "Hello, I feel my build is super slow. I use 3 movement speed fast, or at least try, and clear maps in respectable time. Plus my single target damage relies on blight stacks, which I cannot maintain because I lack the strength for spell totem support. I know my gear is not optimized. Same goes to the skill tree. Any advice?" So he's playing Synthesis Trade League. Let's take a look at his gear. He's actually lied. He does not have 3 Quicksilvers. Oof. 2 basils, a quartz, and a silver, and a quicksilver. This is an interesting, horrible choice. But we're gonna look through all of his gear here. He has a baited breath. You know, that's not always horrible. He's got 10% movement speed boots. That is always horrible. 130 ES. So you mean he's going very early CI? I'm guessing. He is CI. Wait, what is he? What's happened here? Does he have like a clarity watcher's eye before I roasted or something? Like, why is he like putting so much points into mana? Is that for Arcane Will? I'm not really sure here what's happening. He's not Guardian. He's not Hierophant. He's a I can't say that, can I? He's a Rhubarb. What is he? He's actually a Trickster. Trickster doesn't get anything per mana. Yeah, he's a Papega. Okay. Well, good news for your build is you can save a lot of points here. Yikes. Oh my god, yikes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. He was basically playing a level 83 character. Why? Does he have a Watcher's Eye? He doesn't. He's just dumb. Wow. Holy shit. And that is usually particularly not worth it. Especially not over these. Holy shit. Arcane Will is so overrated. It's so easy to see in Path of Building when it actually makes sense. Everyone's like, "Hey, Zeus, have you thought about taking Arcane Will?" It's like, yeah, it's like 100 less energy shield than the 5% node. God damn it. Oh no. Yeah, this is probably not worth going for. Definitely not this route. If you really want to go for it, you definitely don't go that route. If anything, at least this is fairly respectable. It gives you dex as well. This skill tree is a mess, and he gives you resist for easier gearing. Is he Indigon? No, he's not Indigon. He's using Eber's Unification. But this, he had mana problems. Yeah, this is not the way to solve your fucking mana problems. Question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark. Entropy nodes is? Yes, good point. And then like you can technically pass through here, but like you're probably not gonna want to. Do that. There. Okay, skill tree's looking better already. That was a ooh. Ooh. Can you explain what's wrong with CI plus mom? Yeah, it doesn't work. If you look at the mom node, 30% of damage is taken from mana before life, not before energy shield. I don't play this game, but I'm pretend I fit in and laugh at it. Lol trophy. Yeah, that was a big yikes. And these nodes are like big. Actually, not that one. I forgot you're not ES. That one's decent. Oof. 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 That's the jewel, alright. That's the spreading rot. That's fine. Oof. That's fine. Shield's using. Oof. Oh, wait. No. Let's see. Is he here? I don't know, but he'll hopefully see it. That's kind of the point of these. Right, okay, let's look at the rest. FXC Spell Echo with Zizaran, spell damage and cast speed and trigger. I mean, that's not a terrible one. He's about to have level 20 gems. How little decks do you have? Holy shit. Using a pariah with malevolence. I mean, you're not SSF, so that doesn't really make that much sense. And out of everything, surely you'd have your fucking discipline in there. That'll actually get a big buff from it. And you don't have Val discipline. Also, you should have probably Val clarity if you're really struggling with mana. Val clarity would be huge for you. Right, let's look at your chest. Okay, I mean, this is super garbage. What the fuck is this shit? How are you stun immune? You must fall over all the time. Back in... I mean, okay, so some easy... Oof. Oof. Is the Trickster's is not that bad, I think. The chest is pretty bad. It's a crypt armor even. Actually, global defenses increase the evasion too. I'd rather be stun immune. Trickster doesn't get stun immunity from Ascendancy. Yeah, you do. Cannot be stunned while you have Ghost Shrouds. How often do you have those always up? Are they always out or always up? Just don't get hit. It's wasting points on the right side. He has a connected circle of points. Not anymore. Oh yeah, you're right. No, wait. Not really. Just looks that way. I don't think there's anywhere we can take out. Crying died because he ran out of Ghost Shrouds. Right. Oof. Right, okay, so part of the problem, I'm guessing you're struggling with resists. You seem to be... Right, your helmet... I am not a big fan. I'd rather get like a proper hubris with resists. Same with like... You should be able to get like better gear. Like, I'd rather have a Stygian here than Bated Breath. You're not really relying on your recharge rate anyway. What, here? No, I can't remove these. This one needs to be connected. This one doesn't, but... I mean, I could do this. This doesn't really save me anything. Could technically get rid of those, but they're fine. No, it does no Celtos. Yikes. Right, your weapon's actually alright, I guess, because you want to use Soul Rend for more damage. I feel like you can get a lot better chest. I mean, the Pariah is a lot of energy shield, but you already seem to be struggling, so I'd rather just get an actual energy shield ring. singular focus. Oh, it's garbage. It's wild channeling. And it's only on your channeling skills. You want to get generic damage from Interrupt, that's why. This is fine. He can get a lot better. He can get a lot better. It's a crypt armor. It's not even carnal. It's like the nightmare base, not the hell base. So it's definitely pretty low. Those are like the three main pieces I'd switch out. Your gloves are kind of okay. Your boots are garbage. I don't know how anyone can stand playing without 30 MS. I also don't understand how you cannot have adrenaline on your fast. Like, your Quicksilver does nothing right now. It's so garbage. You can get up to 30% more movement speed. Between 20 and 30 more. And then even more if you use Alchemist of Adrenaline. You're probably not clearing fast for an Alchemist. You don't need 2 Basalts. You can get a... What are they called? Witchfire Brew. You can get a Witchfire Brew as well. Oh, this is ugly. Why are you so ugly? And your shield's pretty shit. Like, it's very easy to get over like 350 titanium. Especially on Trade League. Like, how are you playing a Trickster without a Jade Flask? That's what I want to know. Like, ideally, and you want Curse Immune. You want Freeze, Bleed, then Curse. And then on this, like, percentage evasion on a Jade Flask would be pretty big because you're a Trickster. Like, Jade is huge. You definitely want a Jade. And you can flip your support gems. Oh, that's like the main things. Is there anything else on the skill tree? And your jewels are really bad. You shouldn't like need resist jewels either for this. You have so many rares. Like, there's so many damage jewels you can get, like, on both, like, not so much on abyssal ones. Like, abyssal ones are a bit of a pain for chaos. Well, they're usually cheap too, though, to be fair, like flatted chaos. But you can get, like, you can get area damage, you can get increased damage, you can get damage over time, you can get chaos damage. How's there ascendancy tree, actually? I wonder if you have another way to get frenzy charges. I mean, prolonged pain isn't that good. It's okay. Should just connect out of chaos damage into dot on Trickster. The starting path is ugly as fuck. Yeah, it's actually better to just go here. It's what, 2 more points? Not a lot more points anyway. Actually, it just saves you so much. It's just straight up better. It's just straight up better. Do that instead. Get better jewels, like I mentioned, energy shield as well. Maybe let's plug it into path building. Wait, what was it? What was it we had to get rid of? He's 113 points. This at 106. You could technically go and get Method to Madness after the changes. There, we're at 104, so we still have loads. There, you're already at 8k ES. Why do you not have Hexmaster when you're Bane? That's interesting. Right, so you have 3 more points. You can put Discipline. You don't need these. Really need a better jewel. There's no other like good damage you can get besides jewels. There, there's one more point than you had. One more point, and you might be able to get rid of the 30 dex node now because you're getting 10, 20, 30, 50 dex. So you might be able to get rid of this. Then you have the same skill points. 7.5k ES. More damage. How to remove 2% and put on the remove 2% in written for 2% ES. Here? But I can't. Well, I can, actually. I can. It doesn't make a massive difference though. Let's see. So wait, do you even need this? You actually sort of do. Yeah, you really, I mean, get the Stygian, get a new helmet. Your weapon's not even that good. It's okay. Not a lot of damage though. It's just like 56 spell damage and some cast speed. And the trigger. Oh, but he's triggering the Bane. No, actually I kind of like that. That's... But the spell echo wouldn't work, right? Surely the spell echo doesn't work. And then if you really need more dex, this is a 2-point jewel then. That's the next thing to go for. You really need more dex anyway. And again, like damage over time, chaos damage, area damage is like the things you can go for. Oh, actually, that's already a 2-point jewel. So yes, this one, and then you have that one if you even need more dex after that. What else? Is the strength he needed? If it was the strength he needed, then why would he have a 30 dex point? Let's see. He's actually low on strength now. Yeah, you're right. And that's really easy to fix by getting a proper ring. And then you can get strength or dex on it, whatever you need. Did you need strength for spell totem? Yes, that's true. But that's going to be hard for him to get loads without actually putting points into like 30 strength. What's level 20 spell totem? Spell totem, PoE. $72. Yeah, I don't know. Get that on a ring. You can get 40 strength on a ring with an shield and resist. Right. That should be... I still can't believe he had mom. That's some fucking dumb shit right there. And not the energy. Like, you gotta remember, these are huge. 12%, 10, 6, 10. Like, these are huge nodes. Yikes. Right. That should cover most of it. Let's go look at the next one. Yes, Timur. And I mean, like... Yeah, give all clarity. All clarity will help that guy so much. Holy shit. Right. Let's see. Right. This is by Scumbag P2. It's supposed to be CI, but I can't 6-sync my 700 ES body armor, so it's a bit of a mix of HP, ES, mom. Still getting one-shot sometimes because that it's bad DPS on bosses. I'm missing Flask's dying son, using another character because I'm poor as fuck. I wonder if there's a way to get more damage without farming Eternity Shroud and all those Shaper items. Oh, I almost forgot. My ES leech is not working as I expected? Question mark. It's literally dead. No idea how to fix this shit. I can only rely on my ES recharge from Occultist Ascendancy. Now, as much as I'm really excited to roast this character, this is not the one that's been asked to be roasted. It's called Asikabara. I really do want to roast this character, though, because this just looks like a wonder and amazement. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can we just switch builds? Can we just roast this instead? I just really want to. It hasn't been asked for, but I'm like very hard to contain myself here. What is this? How is he 75? Okay, that's his actual one, not this one. This is probably what he used early on, I think. I'm not quite sure. No, you know what? These are like leveling. He's leveling these. Essence Train, Essence Train. I'm very confused by this flashback character. Solvent and a +1 chaos, really? Oh, please don't. It's like party self-on trying. Dude, it's just, I don't really have words. I'm glad you're in chat to come back, P2. Can you, just before we move on to your actual character that has to be roasted, can you please explain this to me? Can we just go over this together? Because this is like a Pepe laugh thing. First of all, the 42 life flask is better. You go 42 to 60, you never use Sanctified. Like, this is like, it's also white. Transmutes are rare. Yes, they are very hard to come by if you're not playing the game. But like, yeah, you know, an instant life. It's like 2 days character, fast leveled, only farm aqueduct with it. That's not an excuse. That's not an acceptable excuse for the state of your character. Have you disabled transmutes in your filter? That's not an, okay, we're just gonna move on to the character you actually asked for help with. So this is supposed to be a dying sun. Cinder Swallow. Serious Promise. Wait, what are you? Okay, you're Warb. This is gonna be easy. An uncreated Circle of Fear. Cindric, I'm jealous. I kinda want Citrix myself. They would be better than mine. Okay. That is not a very nice amulet. Okay. This is special. I wonder what the thought process of using unsynthesized Herald Ring was. Yeah, it's the 41% cold damage, I guess. And the cold damage flat. Why haven't you synthesized this? Okay, your belt's useful. You have nice boots. You've not managed to fuck that up. That's nice. Alright, Herald of Ice without Innervate for some reason. I don't know why you would not have Innervate. Like, Innervate, it's just free damage. I'd rather cast speed than spell damage. Wow. This is really all over the place. It's like a drawing. It's like art. Why do so many people take this? Why do so many people take Arcane Will? They clearly don't check in like Path of Building first. This is actually pretty good with Mom. It's still garbage for like most things until later. It's like 50 whole ES. Yeah, it's like so little ES for most people. And they have like sub 1000. You should just farm like leech on boots, then you're not gonna have mana issues. Do you have mana issues? How do you get mana right now, actually? Oh, Cinder Swallow. So you have no mana issues? Then there's no reason for this. Christ. Energy Shield Leech. I need to see this in Path of Building. Oops. I just deleted this character. Yeah, he's mom. He's everything. He's kind of a little bit of everything. All right, let's look at his defenses. He's got 3k life, protected by 1.2k mom, which is protected by, where's his energy shield? 5k energy shield. So 9k effective life. Do you really need 40 rest on a jewel? Never mind. Oh, wow. You've really gone all out on resist on jewels. Oh yeah, you're right. It is 300, mom. It's still 300 life for 1 point. It's still 300 life for 1 point. But he doesn't have leech. But it's mostly as like a last resort thing anyway. Like people make fun of like very low, like unreserved mom. But that's still, for most things, like even if it's 200 mom, that's still 200 more effective HP for 1 point. And this is more like a protection against one shots, because he's not gonna. This is like barely ever gonna be used. It's just against big shots. So I mean, it's actually not bad. And it's easier to notice chaos damage. Which, by the way, he has minus 60 chaos rest and 3k life. I'm very happy or software. What is your deaths? What is your amount of deaths? I want to know. I need to know. View right / deaths right now. Wait, did I not update my title to Sunday Roast? Shit. I'll do that now. Okay, he's not telling me how many deaths he has. Right, let's see. Christ. I'm really surprised though that you're still life at all. Because you already have 5k ES. While still having life points. How many life points does he have? Okay, it's mostly the hybrid ones. I mean, you could get rid of this. You can get rid of this. This. Shit, how many points was he on? 110? Get rid of that. You get rid of that. Wait, is he not leeching? Shouldn't that actually double it? Wait, hold up. I hate to do mechanics. Yeah, it's softcore. There. Cause you can save so many points and just go actually into energy shield. This should be so much better because even on a tabby there, you're an occultist forehead. You'd rather have cast speed. How many did they have? 113? I think it was 113. Wait, am I? 110? 113? So you still have some points you can take. Because you're already at 6.5k. Yes, this seems better. You have 3 more points. I'm feeling kind of Pepega. I don't know why, Ghost. Shouldn't that... I'm confused. Shouldn't that actually work? I hate the new mechanic. It bothers me. I hate the new leech thing. Confuses me greatly. I thought Ghost River doubled it. Anyway. That's total recovery per second on energy shield leech. No, energy from within is garbage. He probably doesn't even need these nodes. We can have it for now. And energy from within is pretty expensive. Here, Scumbag P2, did you have... No, these are energy shield. Did you have a death counter for us? Yes, he has discipline. He has discipline. And he's a cultist. That's why he has 6.5k. With the tabby there. And it's fine. Like, go full CI now. Probably a lot. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Right. I mean, you have more jewels you can take. Do you need dex? You do need dex. So you might actually be able to grab this as a 2-point jewel and grab rid of that too. Then you're on 112. 82 deaths. That's not even 100. I'm impressed. Okay, so that's like the main changes here. $82 is not that many for the noobs. Yeah. So nearly 7k, yes. And then you can like BCI and like place. You can get a new shield fairly easily. New helmets. Actually, helmet's not that easy to replace. Your gloves should be pretty easy to replace. I really like Syntrix, so that's fine. Your amulet's pretty garbage. You can get like a flat energy shield and energy shield one. And like please just like either synthesize this or just replace it completely. Like with an actual like resist energy shield ring. And then this you can get something with energy shield and double or triple res on a Stygian. And then it's going to be so much easier to balance the res on the rest of your gear. And actually use duels. Like you're wasting all your fucking jewel slots on resist right now, which you don't need to at all. With what you have and what you have the potential to use. It's one's fine. And then obviously when you get a regalia, that'll help a lot. Oof! And like please get a better shield when you're actually going to invest into arcane guarding. Just like you want like a 400 shield. No, the Stygian was for when he is partly life. Right. That's sort of the main stuff here. How's your ascendancy? That's fine. That's fine. Right. Okay. Next up is Magi. This is a SSF character. So it's actually not necessarily going to be me being mean. Because this is more going to be an advice session. This one on the SSF. Unless there's something really fucking special that's easy to fix on SSF. Привет. The character is called RNN Gospodin. SSF is really hard to say. Well, no, that's not true. There might be some fucking dumb shit that is very easy to fix on SSF. Hardcore. Ooh, I'm excited. So the death count is 0. Let's see if we can improve our friend's gear here. Let's see if we can improve anything. Okay. Instant life loss. Curse immune, bleed immune, freeze immune. Alright, I like it. So wait, let's see. Hello, Mr. Streamer. How can I... Wait, sorry, he's Russian, so hello, Mr. Streamer. How can I improve this build? I need more damage for red maps, but I don't want to respect from life nodes. Single target is trash, even versus rare monster. Okay, sweet, we got you, my Russian friend. Tovarish. Привет. I refuse to believe that you've gotten all the way to level 90 and that this is the best thing that you have found. I refuse to believe that. Do you know what we say to this? Suka blieti din ahoy. That is definitely not an amulet at all. Now, frenzies are nice, they're great, but there are better ways to get them. Discipline and grace. Now, that's actually a pretty spicy ring, but not necessarily for your build. Your one's not that bad. Your helmet's really decent. Your boots aren't. You can craft like better ones just by you get the movement speed recipe in fucking Oriath. Christ. Life occultist is fine. Your shield's pretty carbo. I'm surprised it has no life. That's... Can't you craft resist on that? That's an open suffix if you need resists, which it seems like most people always do on SSF. Wow. Ooh, spicy find. You can craft higher life on that too, and very spicy find for SSF. That's pretty cool. Aspect of the Spoder. But your boots are garbage. Over 100 rest on each. Okay, sweet. But you can craft higher life there. You can get a way better amulet. There's no way that's your best amulet. Actually, okay, quick SSF tip. Here's a quick SSF tip. So say you're an SSF, right? And you have a shit ton of essences, right? You have a shit ton of alks. Okay, that's probably not going to happen. But you have a shit ton of essences. Maybe some fossils, right? And then you go to whatever the highest map you find. And let's say that you find a level 77 amulet, right? And then you alk it. And you're like, well, no, I didn't get what I wanted. And then maybe you have like a bunch of contempt essences, right? So you go, and this is, I mean, obviously, actually, I should actually use this as a real example because I might as well try to get an amulet too. So let's see. I think I actually have 86 amulets somewhere. Where are amulets? Maybe I have an elder amulet. I think I have an elder amulet that I can show this example on. And this is a good way to get amulets early on. You want amulets early on? Yeah, so here, and this works on Shaper and Elder items too. So yeah. A big problem, obviously, you can struggle with Scours and you can struggle with Alks on SSF. So this is what you do. So I'm just gonna buy like 8 of these, 8 of these, 8 of these. And then everyone's like, great, this is buying those are shitty level 1 skill gems. Well, wait, there's more. So now this is like a really, really shitty, like random 84 Elder Amulet, right? Red, green, blue, and an Elder Amulet. Boom, this is now scoured. So, like, I don't really want to start wasting all my Alex on Scour Alking. And then, you know what, say I get like an okay one, right? It's not like really that fucking good. It's like, boom. And then I get like, ooh, okay, well, fuck. Oh my god, I vaulted it? Oh, now what am I gonna do? But wait, there's more. Let me do this again, and boom, it scours it. It cleans it. It's no longer corrupted. So you didn't get that +1 curse you wanted on your only Elder Amulet, and now this only works on any amulet. Boom! And it always turns any amulet into any Onyx amulet, and it scours it. And like, boom, ooh, look at this. And like, boom, whoops, I just followed the skill gem. Level 23 Malevolence, that's exactly what I wanted on my like 70 life dual rest amulet. So like, you know, if you get like something like, say you get like a 1-stat life, oh, rip that guy. If you get like a 1-stat, like for example this, right? Say this had an open suffix, like 50 life and like 70 rest. Ooh, you know, maybe I really need +1 curse, right? And then boom, I didn't get +1 curse, but like, you know, and then you just keep going. You don't need to vault it every time. You might not even want to vault it at all. But like here's another one. Like maybe I'm a zombie mancer. Then this is like fucking sick, right? It's like 70 life, 30 strength, +1 skeletons. And then like craftable rest. I can do all rest. I can do like fire and cold, you know, and then like boom, I didn't hit anything at all. But there, and it doesn't matter. You can like keep scouring it. Just don't do this. This is what you don't want to do. Because if I click accept here now, then I lose it. So you want to be careful. And then you can keep crafting like this. This is a very, very cheap way to get like very easy, right? Because you can throw anything. Now, it's something to be aware of. If you look at the top of essences, it says properties restricted to level 60 and below, level 45 and below, 75 and below. So you normally, whaling plus, and you're okay to get at least tier 1 life. So you can keep scouring this even if it is corrupted, and it'll always make it an onyx. This doesn't work on like chests or anything else. This is only on amulets, and it turns any amulet into an onyx. And then you can keep going until you get something nice. So obviously this one is actually pretty nice. So in your case, say you were an ES build. Now I have a 21 energy shield with like 70 int and 47 lightning rest and an open prefix for percentage ES. So it's pretty nice. A lot of useful recipes. So this is actually a pretty good amulet. So I could now, for example, I don't need to do that, but I can just shove it in here, and then I can go like, ooh, energy shield. I don't have the higher one, but I can craft this now, and then I can vault it and be like, boom, nothing changed, but we'll keep it because it's actually sort of okay, and I have another one I can continue crafting on. And if that got +1 curse, it wouldn't have been spicy. Would have been spicy. So that's one good way to not end up with amulets like this. Like, holy shit, there's no fucking excuse to do this. No, this is only amulets. Only amulets. And your chest piece is nice. This is really good. You've actually got some pretty solid gear here. What was it you were asking for help with again? Single target damage is trash. Right, so there's also no reason for you to be using a silver flask. So what you do here, and I'll show in-game again, is that you try to get preferably high if you can, but you try to get a onslaught jewel. So you can get this on either searching or murderous. I usually go searching, and normally what I end up with is something like 8% on a known one. But if I find like life and onslaught, that's great as well. So that's normally how I get onslaught. You can also have it on your Herald device. I don't feel like that procs a lot, especially if you're using an Explosion Herald. If you're not using an Explosion, not Herald, if you're not using an Explosion Mace, then Herald device is good. If you're using one, then you definitely want a Searching Eye. You can, especially if you get one with life, that's good. Where is your Herald device actually? And you're using Discipline, Curse on Hit, Warlord's Mark. You really, really want to get Leech on Boots so you can stop using Warlord's Mark here. Herald of Ice, Ice Bite, and Innervate. It's like such a big damage boost. And then you can use Onslaught too. And Onslaught, for those of you who are new, gives you 20% attack, cast, and movement speed or something like that. It's a lot of good shit. No, don't use Blood Rage. But yeah, Leech on Boots, and then Ice Bite in your Herald of Ice. And you also, I don't know, you really want to try to get Dex to get the higher level, even if you have to put a point into Alacrity. Alacrity, I don't even know what it's called. But yeah, please get in your amulet. Right, let's see. GMP, Winter Orb, and this is SSF, and you're doing fine, you're doing well. I would recommend a Sulfur Flask instead of the Silver, and then get Onslaught through the other means that I was talking about. That's fine. Arcane Search, Flame Dash faster, that's fine. Lightning Spire controlled, Ellie Focus, Punk. That's not fine. I think Conk is garbage for Lightning Spire, isn't it? Yeah, it like kills the overlap. Also, you can try Armageddon Run too. But Lightning Spire is decent for single target. Concon Warp too. Oh, I don't like Concon Warp. Dizzy Infused. Oh, you really want faster casting. It feels so much better. And you want Hypothermia instead of Cold Penetration. And you're a cultist. So I'm guessing... Whoops. Have you got your Urbalab? You have not got your Urbalab. So, okay, so here's a couple of tips. If you're in SSF and you're struggling to get Urbalab, that's actually hard. It can be really hard to get an SSF until you know what you're doing. So what you want to do is you want to chase down Zana every opportunity you can. Whenever this comes, this is also how you reset your maps. For example, if I open a Moon Temple right now, then all these maps are going to reset and Sana will sell a full new set of maps. But in this map, you're going to encounter Zana, and she might have up to like 7 or 8 maps you can enter. And sometimes on these maps, it will say, complete the lab trial. And that's the easiest way. So you'll see the majority of racers, every time they find Sana, they'll be clicking through all the maps and trying to see, ooh, complete the lab trial, because that's the one you want to do, right? And then also spamming low tier maps where you're covering the majority of the map. Like Beach is really good for this. Arid Lake is really good for this because you're running through the entire map and you're gonna see if there's a lab trial there. So it's very easy to get your Ruba lab. If you're finding Izaro is very scary, then waiting until he has two-handed mace. Once you know what you're doing, it's literally impossible to fucking die, right? He's like, as soon as you see like the barrage of green shit, just move from that. As soon as you see he's doing this, you know, in those like 10, 15 seconds of a wind up of a mace slam, if you haven't moved out of the way, then you're probably dead, right? Just, you know, you shouldn't have a problem with that. Decoy totem as well, obviously, like very, very good. But yeah, so if you are scared of Izaro, then definitely do him on a mace day. Like on a mace day, I've done it sometimes with like 4k life on hardcore because it's like probably not going to kill me. If you're scared of the trials as well, get a Soul of Ralikesh Pantheon. 25% reduced physical damage from damage over time while moving. That is the majority of the traps. Will do less damage to you. Also 25% chance to avoid bleeding is nice against the puncture traps. So that's nice against Cesaro. And yeah, I know it can be scary. It can be scary. You've actually done a fairly good job here. And I don't want to roast SSF players too hard because obviously you only have some options. But yeah, Sulfur Flask instead there. And when at the map level you are in, you want to use a Basalt instead of a Granite. The most important thing to roll on a Basalt doesn't really matter which one you have, like Freeze, Bleed, Curse. You want one of them. But you do want 23% reduced and up. If you have 22% reduced, you only have one charge of your Basalt. 23, it's above. Yeah, running Malediction would probably help you a lot. Can you run Heraldized and Malediction? Because that would help a lot. Stone Golem's pretty garbage. I never want that. Oh, that. I was thinking Malevolence. Yeah, Malediction will help. I wish I could get more chaos damage, but that's just Eternity Shroud. Adziri's Promise. Farming an Adziri's Promise would probably be pretty nice for you too. Oh yeah, no, I forgot he has Spider. Never mind. Yeah, just Ice and Spider's fine. It's so lucky that you got Spider. That is really nice. Actually really nice. So you just Silver Fast, that's 40% increased damage. That's like 3 nodes on the tree. That's you got a really nice base here. A really nice start. And your crit. You're using Diamond, you're not EO. Skills tree doesn't look super Pepega. I would want to get Alchemist. How to kill it there with Warb? You don't. You can use Warb on the main part, like the normal Adziri. And then whenever the split face comes up, you throw 3 lightning spires out. As soon as you have killed Adziri's split face, you instantly portal out and portal back in. Because chances are you're going to kill the normal Adziri so fast that you don't have 3 lightning spires for the next one. And obviously you don't want to have Winter Orb or Stormbrand stacks up at all because it'll kill you to the reflect. So very scary on hardcore. But yeah. I level Jag with Hoa for Adziri right now. Okay, awesome. That's smart. But yeah, Sulfur Flask. Definitely until you get Promise. Sulfur might even be more than Promise, but Adziri's Promise is really nice in the sense that it gives you Chaos Resist. Obviously, Betrayal is really fucking scary. And yeah, it's nice. Although, Sulfur might be better anyway. Like, Consecrated Path is so strong now. So check that in POB. It actually might be better just the Sulfur Flask. It's so strong. And obviously you can get another immunity. So you have Curse, Bleed, Freeze. And then you can get Shock Removal. Because you don't need the Freeze removal here in your Basalt. Future Basalt. So you can get Shock Immunity. That's really big. Your Quicksilver is fine. Obviously try to get an Alchemist if you're clearing fast enough. But yeah, the biggest thing you can get is like upgrading your Amulet. That's sort of like all there is to say about this that I can see. But it's actually pretty nice. Right, okay, the next character is called Horror. That's Swedish. He has face removal. And he's in chat. How many deaths do you have, Aurora? Right. Changed your warp guide to be used on a trickster, but I feel like currently my single target is very low. I'm pretty sure my survivability could do with an upgrade as well. This is trade league, so we can roast again. How many deaths do you have, Horror? Horror. 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 Explosion mace. And he's unveiled the craft. I'm not sure whether me being selected is good or not. Well, that means that your build was deemed shit enough by the mods to be roasted. Is this the right character? Yes. Orbor. Orbor 89 Trickster. Wearing it. 3 dragons. I mean, I kind of only like 3 dragons while using Impulsa. You're not really... You must not face that much. 165 deaths. Oh, no. Okay, you probably don't want to use 3 dragons in this. Oh, actually, it's not that bad. You have Ash's Mirror. I'm jealous. I can't believe you have Ash's Mirror. Wish I had more energy shield. Oh, that's a good point, actually. Maybe I have the best aircraft with 30 quality. Oof. 629 and 89. I mean, you have a 6 ink. Crafted 6 ink. Really want a new chest. Your trade league. How much currency do you have? This is some interesting gear you got here. This is some interesting... I want to talk to you about your boots. You have leech on boots. And that's sort of it. That's sort of all that your boots have going for them here. That's pretty much it. That's sort of... You're just using leech boots. With kind of nothing else. You have no movement speed. Very little life. Very little energy shield. Are you just like... Are you scared that you're gonna run out of content? Are you scared that, you know, if you clear fast enough, it's just gonna be too fast? Do you get nauseous when going fast? Like, what's the angle for this 0% movement speed boots here? Okay, so there's a couple of options. You can slap a seal essence on them, which, you know, you probably have some, right? Makes no sense, I know. Okay, good. So seal essences, should have a couple of those. Shuddering essences with pristine. So like these, even like upgrading them to, oh, you know, even if you don't have a lot, then screaming is fine, 25 ms. If you have a lot, then go up to 30. Shuddering essence and pristine. I don't actually have any to show, but shuddering and pristine is a really nice combo. Leech boots are fine though, so I would recraft the ones you have. Your belt's actually decent if you were CI or not, so you probably want a new belt. It has very little life and not a lot of resist. Your gloves is very questionable as well. I'm not really sure about like the quality angle here. Normally that's something people do. Oh yeah, fossil. Wait. I have more than 3x, but I just never want to spend currency because then I can't spend it on other things. Okay, but you're definitely in a position where you want to spend currency here. So yeah, re-roll your boots, get a new belt. Like that's also really easy with like pristine fossils, and they're fairly easy to farm yourself. Your gloves, like, okay, so quality is normally used on CI items. Like say you have something with like 600 or 700 CI, then you craft an additional like quality suffix because you want like another like a bump of 50. Here there's just no fucking reason. So this is weird. It's a weird choice. Yeah, actually let's load this up in Path of Building, and lo and behold, how many deaths did you say you had? 169 or something? CI was a mistake is the name of one of his characters, whereas all my characters were a mistake should have been his name. 168 deaths. Right, okay, he's rocking a solid 4,600 life at level 89. He's not minor matter, and he has 1,200 mana, most of which is reserved, and he has 850 energy shield to protect him against imminent death. And this is why he's dead. Like, let's look a little bit at the skill tree, and let's examine his jewels. It's a very, very interesting choice here that it is a 1-point jewel left open, and instead you have a 2-point jewel that you have taken. So that's an interesting choice. There's another jewel slot here for 0 slots. So you have this one and this one not taken, and instead you've opted out to go for the 2-pointer and 2-pointer. Let's take a look at these. Right, okay. Fire damage, maximum mana, and shock, and stun and block recovery. So here we have here we have again another wait. Is it conversion? Is that it? Yes, he's using cold to fire. So you have like a 0.5 slot jewel. So the fire you get, basically like same as getting 7% increased damage. It's I just yes. Wait, he's not even SSF, right? I don't. I don't like spending currency. Okay, but I'm telling you, as a fellow human being, that you're gonna have to spend at least 1C for a jewel. This is the sort of stuff that like a friend of you would like. Hey, I'll pay you 5C if you use this jewel. That's how shit your jewel is. So unless you got paid to wear this, then you should not be wearing this. Probably if you find any jewel in your stash right now, you scour alch it, chances are it's gonna be better than this one. Statistically impossible not to be. Let's look at this one as well. Projectile damage, critical multiplier with one-handed melee weapons, and shock duration. So, this is like, it's like I could make a comedy skit about your jewels. That's how bad they are. This is a 1-stat jewel. Right, so you only have 2 jewels. That's an interesting choice. 3% chance to shock for a shield. Actually, yeah, he doesn't really have any way to shock, and he's not prolifting either. How is he shocking? How is your Esh's Mirror working? Because you're not prolifting, are you? Oh, no. 3% on the jewel, 5 head? But that's not going to be enough. Exploding mace and 3 drying shocks? No. On Elementalist it does. You need a chance to shock. Okay. So here's how it works on Elementalist. On Elementalist, you're getting a couple of nodes such as this, right? You get the prolif, which is the first line here. And shocks from hits always increase damage taken by at least 20%. So you're getting big shocks no matter what you do. Right? And even with prolif, you still need some chance to shock. Now, for Elementalist, you have this. You have shocking conflicts for 4 seconds, and you have shocking conflicts with the other 2 for 2 seconds. So you have 6 seconds where you're always shocking. And then other than that, you have 5% chance to shock here and 5% there. And that's actually all chance to shock you have on Elementalist. And then sometimes you get some smaller chances to shock. But with Elementalist, 10 to 15% chance to shock is fine because you're prolifting, right? So that means if you're hitting 8 enemies in a pack, one of them is shocked, everything is shocked, right? That's why Esh's Mirror is so good on Elementalist. And this is why on my Hierophant, I'm actually using the Prolif gem. So you're kind of not using your Esh's Mirror. It actually means that your jewels are actually doing more work. So that's 3% chance. And that 3%, so that's 6% chance to shock. You know what? It's actually doing something. But it's not enough because you're not prolifting. You have no prolif. So you need to, either get chance to freeze or a chance to shock or prolif. So, yes. The Esh's Mirror is not as good here. What is his actual total chance to shock? He has more chance to shock from the tree? Where? What else is chance to shock? Oh, and 5% here from Holy Dominion. Huh. Yes, you have very little chance to shock and no prolif, so you're not getting much out of your Esh's Mirror. Like, if I was clearing on my character and I had 5,000 as tooltip, when I was clearing, my tooltip would go up to like 10 to 12k with Esh's Mirror on an Elementalist, and that's why it's so strong. Like, the prolif is like crazy. So your shield's not necessarily being used a lot right now. The 3 dragons as well. I'm guessing you thought you were using that because you wanted to shock, but you still need chance to shock, or you need to crit. You're not crit and you're not chance to shock. She's not really doing as much. Um. Hmm. Hmm. So that's a yikes. So your jewels are bad. Chance to shock is sort of nice in your case. Stacking chance to shock and then like 2 damage modes on your jewels is probably not a bad idea. Because if you get up to like, I don't know, 25% chance to shock, then, you know, at least you're getting damage from your shield again. It's still not enough though. But you don't really need 3 dragons. And it's not even like you don't need a big shock. You just need any shock. So any lightning damage is fine. I'm guessing you're using Herald of Thunder. You are. You have no need for Herald of Ash. Curse on hit also doesn't work with Herald of Ash. You really want Ice Bite too, although you're using Swift Killer, so you don't, I guess. But I like Ice Bite for the chance to freeze. You really want Uber Lab as well. Like, this is nice. Patient Reaper's nice. Yeah, I see. He's probably just taking that next level. But I have no idea what to spend my currency on. Right. Okay, so like I said... Wait, where? So like I said, you want to reroll your boots, which was either Seal Essences or Shudderings and Pristines. That's the number 1. Same with this, you can drop like 2 or 3 Pristines on a high item level Stygian Vice. Your gloves should be super easy, and let's show how to buy some gloves. It's important that we do this every roast. So you're playing on Synthesis Event. And you're going to search for gloves. And now you're just going to search for life. So you're going to search for 80 life. And you're going to search for pseudo res. So you search for resist, and then you scroll down until you see pseudo total elemental resistance. And you search for like 60. And then say you search for max chaos of 6 chaos. And then we search. So you can get 70 rest, 84 life. And the sockets don't really matter, because you can very easily make any obviously all these are evasion, but you can make anything into any color now. So the way you would do that, and I'll show you in game, is that, for example, if I wanted these to be 4 red, I would make them 2 red, and then I would do the 2 socket recipe and 3 socket recipe over and over again. And every time the 3rd socket spawns, it has a chance to be green or red, a 10% chance to be green or red. And then same with the 4th. And then it's like, you normally use like less than 200 or 300 jewelers, and it's very easy to get jewelers compared to how easy it is to get chromes. So, yeah. That's how you do that. That's sort of the... So definitely get new gloves. Remember the pseudo rest thing? Your flasks. Right, okay, so let me teach you something. So your Jade Flask of Heat, are you ready? Are you sitting down? So this is an org of augmentation. Augmentation sounds more fun. What it does is it'll add a prefix to your flask. So if you see my flask here, this one has a prefix, 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 this one has a prefix. Do you see a trend here? Do you see a trend here? You can have 2 stats on flask. Not 3. Not 1, not 0. You can have 2. You can have 2. This is 1. So you can aug that. You actually do have Curse, Bleed, and Freeze immune. And then there's this. I mean, you really either want the full instant, or at least, you know, something useful. Knockbacks to melee attacks is not particularly useful. So you can also, something else that's really good, if you, for example, hit a Chemist roll, which is like the most desirable. Chemist is the reduced charges used, which is the best one. So say you hit 23% reduced charges and nothing else. Do remember that there's a couple of Beastcraft rolls you can do. Item. So like Heat is a freeze removal, Dousing is like Ignite removal, Staunching is bleed removal, Grounding is shock removal, Curing is, I don't know, poison removal. Warding is curse removal. Now, you cannot make an alchemist of adrenaline that way. But, yeah. Also, remember, even on SSF, you can very easily quality your flasks. If you're wondering what's the easiest way to get glass barrel bubbles, do remember that you can sell blacksmith whetstones to the vendor 8-to-1 for a bauble. So that's why you'll see like most racers will be picking up every whetstone early on and then just buying them like this. And then you can get a large amount. I think all mine are. Oh, actually, but I haven't switched my fast yet. I'm switching these two out. That's why they're not quality. I'm still gearing up my character. But I have 40 ready to go. So that's what we're going to do. What else? I mean, I would really recommend getting a new chest. Getting like an okay base, like either a sadist garb, a carnal garb, and then throwing some essences on that. 6 things shouldn't cost you that much. You have 3x. At least, you know, get something where you can get a decent amount of evasion and an energy shield. Your tricksters, you really want to use that. Your amulets, sort of okay, I guess. I would replace the helmet. There's no real need for it. And your rings are pretty... Actually, this one's okay. That one's fine. Keep that one. This one's kind of garbage. That's sort of the main things. The near explosion's fine. So other than that... I think that's sort of okay. Man, get basalt instead of granite. That sort of sums up everything. A good helmet would be big. Yeah, I agree. Right, okay. Now we're going to move on to another SSF character. So again, I'm going to try not to be too mean here. I'll do my best. And also remember, anyone getting roasted now, you can apply for a follow-up episode. So what that means is you can, if you have been roasted now, you can go sort of like, oh, this is how I'm doing now. I'm doing so much better. Or like, no, none of this helped. I'm still shit. Please help me more. Or like, you know, like where they are today. Like Horror is now an entrepreneur and owns his own business, all thanks to like these new jewels, right? You know, we can like see, yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna follow up. Right. Okay. So this is another Snowflake Fun character. What's to say? I would like to submit with 2 T's. My character I played till now with 2 L's. Now in Flashback SSF Hardcore. Juicy Badonkadonks. Juicy Badonkadonks. Nice, and this is the character we're looking at. I realize I'm not a beginner. Did struggle with the SSF aspect though. Still would like to see what you think I could improve on, so go nuts. Deaths equals 1. Nice, I like that you included that. Oh, this looks juicy already. I already just like glancing see that lots of things. And you're not a beginner, so maybe we will roast him anyway. He has a 21 Winter Orb. He's a Winter Orb character, but still somehow he's using a Death Rush. Why are you using a Death Rush? Also, this jewel's trash. To be fair, jewels are hard to craft on SSF. We'll let that slide. Why is this not Vald yet? Why is this not... Actually, you don't need to flip those. But you do want to Val those for the higher. And this one should be flipped, 100%. So, okay. Actually, this is a big tip for SSF. So, a lot of SSF players struggle with GCPs, Gem Cutter Prisms. And what they do is they add 1% quality to the gem you use. Now, a good way to farm these is set up a quad. That's what I do. Set up a quad like this, right? So you just like do whatever piece, get in here, and then put up a 4, and then you run this, and you put down all new ones. So ideally you want 3 on everything, or at least 2 on everything. Even if you run that one, just replace it. Now, once you've set up your quad, go find memories through other ones. You never touch these again until they're fully buffed. Ideally with exactly the one you want. You keep chasing memories and just chasing rest of the stuff and leaving this alone for now, right? You just leave this alone while farming memories. And now there's one memory fragment that has something like synthesized monsters have a 5% chance to drop quality currency items. This includes Tissels and Gem Cutter Prisms. Now, in one go, you can end up being lucky enough, depending on what the other modifiers you have. Obviously, you want like rare monsters or like chests or stuff like that. You can end up getting 15 to 20 in one map. So from a full batch, yeah, and bubbles, you get like so many other quality currency items and whetstones and stuff, which is amazing. So from a full map, you can end up getting 120 GCPs from a full quad, right? So, and what that means, and a lot of racers didn't know about this, because I was like telling Havoc about this, and he was like, what? And what this does, and why it's important for SSF racing, is you don't have to flip your fucking shit. You don't have to flip them. You straight up just DCP them the first time when they hit 100, when they hit 20. So like the first time you're like gems that you're leveling in your alpha and hit 20, you just like, well, I have like 160 GCP, so you just like fucking GCP them up. So it's actually a really nice strat. Oh, hold on, one sec. There's a phone call. I usually don't get phone calls. Hello? 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 Okay. Hello? Hello? This is some call center. Right, that was weird. Anyway. Hello? That was like some sort of like Kipoga caller. It's like some like Indian call center thing. That was crazy. Anyway. Let's continue with the roast. It like came up like scam warning on my phone. I have like a program as well. So I probably shouldn't have accepted it. But anyway. Let's continue. So lightning spire, I mean, yeah, do remember that you can flip your gems. So the way, what happens when you do that? See if I have one I can show as an example, because like new players might not know about this. But once a gem is level 20, and especially on your support gems, then you wanna sell it to the vendor with 1 GCP, and it turns to level 1 quality 20. Now, obviously, you don't want to do this with your not right now, Samela. With your level active gems, like you don't want to do this with Winter Orb that you're using, because you know level 1 gem isn't going to do any damage. But your support gems, you do want to do this.
For freedom.
Right. So that's 1 tip, and then let's look at the rest of your shit. Okay, these are fine. Now, do remember you don't need power speed at all for Winter Orb, so I hope that's not the reason you're using them. The lightning does seem fairly low, actually. But other than that, they are pretty okay. The cast speed implicits are better, and especially since you're an elementalist, you do want to swap over to Void Scepters or Opal Scepters as early as possible. Because the elemental damage buffs your heralds, whereas spell damage does not. So you do want to switch over. There's no reason for you to be using a Death Rush. Same advice as I gave to the person before. You can get Onslaught, until you're using an Explosion Mace, you can get Onslaught on your Herald of Ice as a 4th one. You might be struggling on gems, but you can use that Unset Ring and replace your Death Rush here anyway. So you really want Ink Duration on your face round. But yeah, you can replace that at least. You have so many gems not flipped here. What else? TMP, faster casting, Winter Orb. Conk? Wait. Why are we using Conk? They. I'd rather use Controlled. As long as you have over 3 or 4% in-game tooltip, I'd rather use Controlled. I did not know that. I did use the ring for Chaos Rest and also. Oh, is this you? Wait, hold on. Are you Dastaril? Is this you? Yeah, okay. Don't use the ring. Get the get the onslaught jewel. Get the onslaught jewel. Your belt's really nice. That's good. Do you remember that you can actually craft a useful prefix? This does nothing. You're not using an attack skill, so you can get something like flask effect or something. Your gloves are okay. Your boots are okay. And you have leech. Good job. Other than that, everything is actually fairly okay. Bleed, curse, and freeze removal. I'm just gonna assume that you're wise oak cap. Since we're doing the roast anyway, and I do want like a lot of new people to learn about this shit. So the way wise oak works, I'll explain that now. So obviously, as you see, what it's based on is these resists. So if I was using a wise oak right now on my character, I would be penetrating fire damage, right? Up to 15% fire damage. And I would get a damage reduction when I take lightning damage. And what that means, if I had 119, 119, 119, I penetrate 15% additional damage in all of them. In all of those, which is really strong, and I take 10% less for every damage. That is, with 75 res, it's around the same as having 77.5 max res. So it is actually really, really big, and helps you a lot against... right now, there's a lot of scary elemental damage. You have volatiles, you have lightning mirage, and you have ice nova boxes, and it's very good for all of those. And obviously, extra elemental damage on maps are a lot of damage too. So those are some things why Soak is very good against. So it's definitely worth like why Soak capping. And even if you, even if you're like completely, there's no other gear you really need to change out than your ring. So maybe try finding like a ring with maybe no res. Find like a ring with like strength, life, mana, and an open prefix for damage. Like and it could be an unset ring, so you get one more slot. Because you seem to be struggling on slots. So like it's fine. And like, you know, sometimes you can like recraft. You don't have a lot of recraftables actually. You have the lightning and the fire there. So yeah, I can see like being hard to change out gear, but I would definitely get new scepters. I would get scepters instead. But honestly, like there's not much like dumb shit here. You remembered that you have EO. You're not using crit. Let's look at your jewels. That one's fine. Obviously, can be improved, but it is really hard. That one's fine. Jewels are kind of hard to roast in SSF. Okay, that one's not fine. Like, that one should be very easy to get in. It's so little fire damage. I would get a new one instantaneously. And you're doing basically the same skill tree as me. Yeah, this looks like fine. Like, that's like the main... Oh, I would take Fangs to the Viper. The movement speed's too big not to. That's sort of the main changes. Right, we're going to move on to the next one. Virtual Ham. Virtual Ham, are you here? This fucking guy. Character Virtual Ham again is the last character we're roasting for today. Roast Steel Mage. I don't want to. He's moving here in a few months and I don't want him to kill me IRL. Okay, Occultist in the Synthesis event. I was just so ready to go ham on the rings, dude. What are you? 4-link Soul Rend. Are you CI? Right, let's I submit Virtual Ham again. The most expensive dumpster fire you've ever laid eyes on. I'm fully aware that my wand is the most Pepega 2 Exalt wand in the event, but I also constantly get the feeling I'm spending my currency in the worst possible ways. The gear cost me thousands of chaos, but I'm almost certain I'm not getting much value out of it. I'm not going ham on Quant, but I thought it would be nice. Deaths equal 100. Oh, that's a juicy one, Exile. Right, are you guys ready? Wait, you actually used currency on this gear? Right, okay. So you're using a Bane and a +2. That's like decent, and you don't need to get a 6th link. So I can see that. The amulet's like 22 discipline. But I mean, don't you have a... Wait. Okay, no, you don't have an open prefix. It is just the open suffix. Oh shit, you guys can't see. Professional streamer. Here, nobody's watching my stream because I'm professional. Nobody watches me on YouTube or on Twitch for the insane production quality or the finesse and the... Oh my god, this guy has mastered streaming. You guys mostly watch me because I'm retarded. So, you know what? You get what you pay for. So, anyway. Twitch Prime, by the way. Right, okay, so he has a +2 AoE Bane Gems. That's nice, and you don't need a 6th link. Your Regalia is 472. This is not particularly good, and you can definitely get a better one, but, you know. Farm Denses. Your shield's kind of garbage. It's not a harmonic shield. I'm surprised it's this high. It's actually fairly easy to get a 350. 350 plus. 350 plus shield's pretty easy to get. Your shield, your boots are fine. It's actually pretty hard to get boots. pretty hard to get high boots. So that's fine. Baited breath is fairly easy to play. You're an occultist though, like that. I'll let that slide. And then you have these 11 Warlord's Temp. But you don't have that much. Alright, so this is casting 3 curses. This is casting 1. And you have +1. +2. Wait, aren't you missing one? You can recraft ADS on the base, aren't they high? Oh, and the gloves is +1. Okay, no, you do actually have enough. You do actually have enough. Interesting. I mean, the quant is nice. The venters are good. So normally, right, especially in leagues where I've been using a lot of enters or other streamers have been using a lot of enters, is it going to 45 flat? The craft on boots? No. It's not 33 to 45 craft flat. Pretty sure it's not anyway. But Ventress Gambles is normally what we see. It's like the... Yes, the 34. So that's fine. Doesn't need to recraft. So a lot of times after I've been using one a lot, we see a lot of people using Ventress Gamble, but have no idea what they're doing. So the most important stat on a Ventress Gamble is the quantity. And sometimes we'll see people using like 6% quantity rings or like minus quantity. Like reduced quantity is the worst thing you could have. The only reason to use one is like 8% plus quantity. The reduced rarity doesn't really matter that much. And you know, resist, obviously like you need resist to bounce. But yeah, plus quant is the best thing. Let's see. You have freeze, ignite, bleed, and curse removal, and you're using a livingness spare to change your mana problems. I guess that's okay. I mean, you could probably get away with no mana fast and use a Vaal Clarity instead. Vaal Clarity with increased duration fixes a lot of problems, and running a low level Clarity as well. Duration face run a Bane, or you're just leveling more Banes. You're leveling a lot of Banes. Nice. These can be flipped, remember that? Bane, Bane. Cast no mistaken, Bane. Cast no mistaken, Immortal Cold, that's fine. I'm surprised you're not leveling another Bane. Surprised this isn't Vald yet. But yes. So you could get, instead of the mana fast, you could try using increased duration Vaal Clarity and actually running Clarity as well. You could try, do you not have Discipline anywhere? Wait. Am I missing his Discipline? Where's his Discipline? Faster casting Flame Dash or Cane Surge. Oh, right. That's the one he has on the amulet. I'm retarded. I forgot. I'm at 95% mana reserved. Okay, but get a Vaal Clarity and it doesn't reserve anything. It's just for mana issues. And I don't know. Vaal Clarity is pretty easy to run a lot. So try that. See if you like it. Right, let's look at the rest. Crit multi and energy shield and strength. Do you really need... It's just a 2-stat for your strength because you're not crit. You're not doing anything with your crit. So that's a pretty bad jewel. You're not SSF, so you should have better jewels. Jewels are like so strong in builds. Energy from within. I mean, I'm not a big fan, but you know, go for it. If you're on hardcore, maybe slightly easier to justify. This is some pathing. This is some pathing. For Bane, you really want to take Hexmaster. AoE and effect, it's nice. Oof. I don't know, I feel like the skill tree is a bit meh. Yes, you need that for reservation. But this doesn't seem worth it. Influence and aura effect. Of non-curse auras from skills. which is only affecting your discipline and your malevolence. And that doesn't seem worth it. If you really want to get points anywhere, if you really wanted to remove reservation, I know that those 2 points seem kind of wasted. How much currency do you have to upgrade gear with? Like, shield is super easy. You can very easily get a better shield. You can easily get like 350, 400 shield. How much currency do you have? No, he doesn't want Ash's Mare for this. I wasted a bunch. I'm on 2 or 3 exiles now. Okay. Since you don't need a 6 thing on your chest, you can easily get a better chest as well. You're on Synthesis event. Let's go look. Let's take a look what the current market looks like. Wow, that is expensive. Okay, I mean, you can probably craft one very easily. Wow, why are they so expensive? I mean, I would probably get a 86 Valor Galley because you don't need particularly much here. I need every rest point I have. I mean, drop a Ventus or some shit if you really want that. Like, drop this one. It's not particularly great. At least this one's got better res. And less reduced rarity. Like, rarity's nice. It's just not, you know, better than Quant. So I would probably buy 6 or 7 dense fossils for 10C each. Get like 28 quality at least on a Valor Gallia. Item level 86. And it should be easily able to get, like, I've accidentally gotten several like 600s. How much is 1 Exile in Synthesis? Like, it's very easy to get 550 plus, and you can accidentally get like an 800. 170C. Okay, you know what? Just go to town, buy 10 dense fossils. 10 dense fossils. You can very easily. Okay, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna buy I-86 Valor Galdia, and you're gonna find or buy I-86 Titanium Spirit Shield, and you're just gonna use like buy 1 Exile worth of denses, and you can easily upgrade both your shield and your chest. You don't need to upgrade your gloves or your helmet. Those are fine to keep. Your boots are fine. Bated Breath is actually alright, but I'd probably rather you have a Stygian. Because you get another like tool, you get resists and shit like that, which you're struggling on. So I wouldn't use resists on that. And I wouldn't use Stygians. I wouldn't use denses on that unless you get a really sick chest. Item level 86 Regalia. Isn't that very expensive? Well, let's look. It shouldn't be on stuff. Item level 86. It is 3 Chaos Orbs. And a Titanium Spirit Shield is 2.5. So it's very, very cheap. 4C if you... Very, very cheap. Go buy these. Get quality on it. Use some perfect fossils. Don't spam them. Like 26 to 28 plus quality is fine. And then use denses. That's like the main things I would upgrade. And like, it's fine to like remove your rings. Because they're not like super venters. And yeah, change your belt. Your boots are really nice. It's basically the same I'm using. I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. And your flasks aren't terrible. I mean, honestly, by the text that you wrote, I was expecting more of a dumpster fire. I was expecting more of a dumpster fire. That's all we had for this Sunday roast. Just wanted to do a short one. It was actually longer than I expected. But yeah, we'll do another one in 2 weeks from now. So the next one, let's see when the next one is. I have a calendar now. Today is the 19th, which means that the next one will be the 2nd of June. We might skip that. We might skip that because we'll see. If there are roasts or follow-ups, we might do 2nd of June. But if there's not enough, then we'll skip that one because it's right before league start. May 33rd, yeah. Oh yeah, why do I have conduit? Or did I misclick that? I'm just going to assume that I misclicked that. But yeah. June 2nd is most likely the next one. Or May 33rd. So, yeah. If you're wondering how to get roasted, Exclamation roast me in my Twitch chat. Come by and say hi at twitch.tv/Zizaran. And thanks for watching. Try to die less than I do.